But see, that's the thing. I'm all about people doing things that are daring and things that are different. It's just when the other 6 million people come along and do the exact same thing, that's when things get stale.
Right.
And, you know.
Like when everybody was dropping a surprise album. It's like, nobody know you, bro. You just surprised your mama.
Yeah, no.
You just surprised your aunt.
You gonna get a damn surprise.
Oh, that's an album? Congrats, baby.
Is anybody excited about Ableton 10?
Man.
Dog,
I am, bro. What, I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but what got you excited about Ableton 10? Just kind of quickly.
Just kind of quickly. Solid colored wave patterns.
Fire.
Group within groups.
Fire.
Oh, the drum bus.
Yeah, that's crazy. That got me kind of hyped.
Dog, that joint is super crazy. What else? Oh, the fact that you can move the waves around in the arrangement view without going to the bottom of the wave joint. That's amazing. The capture. You know, capture's that's the hottest part. You can just play stuff and it's like, what did I do? Boom. It recorded it for you and it'll make the MIDI. And I believe it'll quantize it for you if you have that setting on.
And you know that's how I am. Every time we making beats, I'll play something, I'll be like, I forgot what I played. What was the note?
Right.
So hey, that's gonna save me.
Yeah, we try to go back every time.
Facts.
Everybody needs that. Didn't Logic have that?
It did.
Oh, see. Dope.
And you know, I keep talking about, but the groups within groups. I know it's the smallest thing, but I'm just like, yo.
It is important, man. So look, real quick, one of the reasons why that's important is like, I'll have a group that'll have everything in it. And I'll drag that into my browser. I save whole beats that way sometimes. You just make a group out of everything, and then you drag the group in. So I had a whole beat the other day, but I had MIDI and I had audio. I have to put those in the same group. But now I can have a group that's the track name, a group within that that's MIDI, and a group within that that's the audio. And then you can collapse the whole damn thing.
Facts.
That's amazing.
I want to know, like, how do you feel about the Chris Brown thing? I feel like it's been like a week now.
Yeah.
45 gold. Certified gold. With 45 songs.
So the whole 45 song thing, that's crazy. It's new. It's unprecedented. It's super unprecedented. So, but do you think that people like it better that way, or it's too much, or was just something different?
That's where I'm at, because I still ain't finished it. I ain't had time to sit down and listen to all of it.
Nobody's gonna finish. It's gonna be like 3 years from now, a Chris Brown song gonna play, and people are like, I never heard that before. And I'm like, yeah, it was on that 45 song.
Track 38. You're like, dang, man.
Damn, I only made the 18, bro.
I literally, all my homies is on there. I listen to theirs.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But you know what I think would be kind of messed up? You're gonna have a whole bunch of people that's gonna try to dupe it. Mm-hmm. You know, they're gonna try to come out with 45 songs. Like, first of all, bro, nobody wants 45 songs from you on your debut album. Like, nobody heard of you before you come out with 45 songs. But see, that's the thing. I'm all about people doing things that are daring and things that are different. It's just when the other 6 million people come along and do the exact same thing, that's when things get stale.
Right.
And, you know.
Like when everybody was dropping a surprise album. It's like, nobody know you, bro. You just surprised your mama.
Yeah, no.
You just surprised your aunt.
You gonna get a damn surprise.
Oh, that's an album? Congrats, baby.
Like, yeah, that was a Beyonce move. You ain't built like that to just be coming out whenever.
Yo, Beyonce can drop a peppermint, dog. A church peppermint.
That's it.
And they selling out, bro, for $200 a pop.
Certified. Yo, her grocery list will go platinum, cuz.
Facts. Chris Brown only did that because it gives you more streams and chance to get plaques. Facts. Mm-hmm. Chris Brown is taking advantage of the system before they fix the loophole.
Like Jay-Z with the album sales. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, did you see Post Malone and 21 Savage?
Yeah.
That's how they just put the hook on YouTube and linked out.
Yeah, you put me on to that. Yeah. That was smart, right?
Guess who also did that?
Who?
And I'm a DJ and I've got several reports of that song. Sorry to say, Migos did it too.
Oh, yeah.
I was in the club. I got duped by it. I accidentally played the one with the same hook.
Oh, that's terrible.
I didn't even know it was the same one until the lady looked at me and was like, when does Cardi B first coming on?
You're like, who? Cardi ain't here.
15 minutes of whoop, 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 whoop.
Just called each other names.
Right.
Offset.
Migo.
He about to come in. He about to go in.
Hey, it was so good though, you wouldn't even be able to tell.
How long did it take before somebody said something?
the hook, you know, with that little bridge, about 5 times.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Sunshine, what's he? Koha? Kono?
Yeah.
Konoha?
Kahona.
Kahona. Okay. I said, I'm a new producer and I was wondering, how do you maintain motivation to create music?
Man, collab. That's one of the best ways. Like, collab. Because when you're not on, the other person probably going to be on. And even if y'all both off, something's probably going to happen to get both of y'all going on. You know, listen to a lot of different music and find what makes... The last time you got inspired, what caused you to be inspired? Try to, like, remember those things and then go back to them as much as you can.
And I definitely say, man, listen to different shit, too. Because I feel like everybody, like, wants to be a trap producer. They listen to trap.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, of course you're going to sound the same. Everything, because you're listening to the same stuff.
That's all you hear.
Like, I'm listening to Brazilian. I'm listening to Valley Funk. I'm listening
you be joking?
Yeah, no, I listen to everything but rap.
I rode with you to A3C and we was joking in the car.
Oh, man. I play everything, dog. 25 new beats I'm proud of. Do I strategically drop a beat tape, drop a remix tape, or shop them to artists?
Man, it sounds like you need to get a dry erase board and just start kind of like plotting it out.
Yeah, because I feel like those 25 won't work all across the board. Because stuff you do for a beat tape is going to be different than you do for a remix tape. The stuff you shop to an artist, to me, is a little bit different, too. I would just break them up. You know what I mean? It's like,
what's best for each situation?
Exactly. So if I, like, these might be good for these artists, I would try to shop those. My remixes go over here. And then my original or beat stuff, put that together.
Smart. Good plan.
Umami Sumami, what up?
How much they owe you for that advice?
Yeah, I just need 35% of all earnings, not just including
present and future.
Yeah, job, you know, everything.
What your kids make.
Adam says, could you give tips on marketing, please? Is making yourself relatable important?
Yeah, I think it is. Depends on what kind of brand you have too. If you have a personal brand, like we have personal brands, so you got to know the person. So if you have a personal brand, the more open you are, the more relatable you are to people. That's what works for you, you know. But now, if you're going to be a Nike or just a faceless brand, more of a company, then I don't think it's that important. You have to say relatable things, but it's hard to be a relatable faceless company.
Right. I mean, I think so. I don't think Mike Will made it as the biggest producer just because of his beats. I think it's because he's smart. He picked the right people. He's in front of the camera. You see him with Ray Shremmer. You know what I'm saying? You hear his tag. And so when you associate hit songs, you think of his name. You get what I'm saying? When you hear his tag, you like, oh, this is going to be hard. Same with Metro.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because they kind of built your trust. You kind of know who Metro is. You've seen them kind of come up.
Yep. Built the brand.
People want the story.
Yep. The more people know about you, the better they can get into what you're doing.
Any producer you know who started in their 30s, 40s? Shit, Quincy Jones ain't make motherfucking... He ain't make Thriller, what was it? He was in his 50s?
He was about 50 years old.
Who's Mike Dean?
Yeah, Mike Dean.
No, Mike Dean out here, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike Dean does a lot more than people think it do that ends up on the billboards.
Listen, Mike Dean
he's 50-something?
Out here.
50-something making trap music with 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Shoot, with Travis.
Yeah,
with all them.
And one of the best doing it. Shout out to Mike Dean.
Mike Dean.
Yeah.
I had a collab with Mike Dean on a side project. I just felt like I wanted to announce that.
Go ahead, flex on him, man.
He's super talented, dog. Super talented.
I think it's like the mindset, bro. I was literally on the way up here. They played this Ty Dolla $ign and Pharrell song. As soon as it came on, I knew it was Pharrell. But it sounded like a new. It had that trap kind of bounce to it.
Yeah.
But it was still Pharrell, and I'm just like, yo, that's amazing. Pharrell's been doing this 20 years.
Well, when you got a sound, you can just bend it and adapt.
What do you mean when you guys say give the track space for the artist?
Okay. You want to take this one?
Okay. So someone just singing, right? If you were just singing, just vocals, that's still a song, right? If it's just a snare, that ain't a song. That's just a drum, right? So me saying that is the vocals is the most important thing.
Right.
You can have a song with just vocals. You can't have a song with just drums. With just drums, but singly, you know what I'm saying? It's the vocals the key point.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't want to make it too busy.
Exactly.
You know, it comes with too much going on, like too much in the track, and then the second thing to think about is frequencies. The voice is going to take up how y'all looking? The higher frequencies mostly. So you don't want a lot of stuff clashing with the voice up in here. Right. You don't want too much going on down here to where it's distracted from what's going on up here. You know, just
the more movement is going on, the less the writer can do.
Like John Legend say, "Save room for my love." You know what I'm saying? Yo, me and my wife been singing that song all day. I don't know why. I woke up with that joke in my head, and that's been going down all day.
I feel like I need to wear a suit and eat some hors d'oeuvres and shit listening to that damn song.
Yeah, I'm not sophisticated enough to listen to John Legend anymore.
Yeah, John Legend out of my tax bracket right now.
Facts.
Maybe when I'm waiting to get to that Jennifer Hudson where I like her again because I can't stand her now.
Really?
Yeah, because that commercial, "Sun in the Sky." Oh. No, I hated her since then, bro. I can't stand. I don't want to hear nothing from her because that damn commercial.
That's crazy. I will say, when I seen John the last 5 times I seen John Legend singing somewhere, it's always at a tuxedo event.
Thanks.
Everyone had on a tuxedo, so I be wearing hoodies, so I can't listen to John Legend right now.
What is the best way to advertise your beats / get them out there?
Get a rapper. Find a rapper.
Okay, well, what kind of beats are there? Because that is one way. You get an artist, make an album, showcase them that way. You know, there are always the beat selling sites. And people always like, well, which one should I get on? I'm like, can't you get on all of them? Isn't that possible?
Right.
So you do that. You got all your social media channels. And the thing is, people are like, yeah, I know that's cool, but I don't really want to do that. And the thing is, people don't want to take time to build those up. Those are the things that are really going to market you, and that's really going to get eyes of people that really want to connect with you. So I say social media, get an artist, make a beat tape, or sell beats online.
Don't forget about hanging in the studio.
And hanging in the studio.
Or
if you can get to a good studio.
Yeah. But the thing is, too, you can do a lot of hanging in the studio and not do nothing either. Trust me.
Depending on who's there and what you got.
I've been at times where I'm at the studio all day, but you want nothing going down. I'm just like, yo, why am I here? So it's like, and I think what Busy said is like, what makes you different? Like, yo, it's 1 million people leasing beats. Like, literally, it's probably like 1 million people trying to sell a beat. Literally. Like,
if not more.
If not more. What the fuck makes you...
be different, be dope.
You gotta be different. You know what I mean? You gotta stand out.
Apart?
Who do you look up to? Any good books you've read this year? Paul Cabin. Shout out to Paul Cabin.
Young Paul Cabin in here.
Oh, what's up, Paul?
Who do I look up to? I look up to Tim. Obviously, people know that. Tim and Polow. That goes without saying. And then other people, Gary V. You know, they're like the Gary V's of the world, the Pat Flynn's of the world. As far as real people though, I give it right back to you.
Man.
Oh, and best book, we said it last week, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson.
Facts.
Dope.
Yeah, who do I look up to? Did I know? Oracle. Young Oracle, somebody I look up to. I get some knowledge from B. Cox. Brian Michael Cox helps me out. Mentor. Who else? Man, dog, for real, I look up to a lot of people, to be honest, bro.
That's like what's your top 5 MCs question?
Yeah.
It sounds simple until you start trying to answer it. And somebody else says something, you're like, oh, yeah.
I think it depends on what it is. Because I got business people that I look up to, then I got, like, family people.
And music people.
Music people, you know what I mean? And the book, Subtle Art of Not Giving a Flip.
Subtle Art of Not Giving a
Bruh. I'm not trying to knock your hustle, but how do you feel about producers using the same kits loops? Is it messing up creativity? Multiple users using the same loop?
It's like samples. It's like, so here's the thing. There are these loop packs. People are like, well, everybody has it. Everyone's using the same loop. It's just like records. People can go out and buy the same record that you had. It's the exact same game, except instead of sampling from somebody's song, you have people now that make samples for you to use. But just like with records, it's all about who flipped it the best. You know what I mean? How did you use it? Now, if you're in the game and you just take loops and you put some drums over top of them, then you have something to worry about. Because anybody could get the loop and put some drums over top of it. But when you go to work and make it your own, then you really don't have anything to worry about. If you're afraid of other people having the same sample as you and making the same beat and all that, then that may be an indication that you're not putting in enough work to make things your own.
Exactly.
One of my goals and one of my governing philosophies is I don't want to do something and then somebody can look at that and be like, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be like, damn, that's tight. I don't know how he did that.
Exactly.
Same with the samples.
Gotta put in more work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like anything. Like,
Yeah.
that's like saying, like,
Yeah,
oh,
update.
you know what I mean? Like, oh, such and such use this sample. Like, okay. It's 20 million ways. You know how many drums has been used? That damn Pyrex snare has been used 1,000,000 times. That's like saying, yo, the Pyrex snare.
Right. Like, yo,
Free loops, hi-hats.
Man.
dog, yeah, like, you don't worry about that. The cream will rise to the top.
With the same pattern.
Facts. Facts. Like, if you in the NBA and you got on a certain pair of Jordans to play a game that night, are you worried about who else got on that same pair of Jordans? You're like, no.
Right.
You just know how you gonna play in them. You ain't worried about how they gonna play in them.
That's like shopping at H&M. You know, if you buy something at H&M, everybody gonna have that same outfit on.
You gotta finesse it.
Hey, you got to. You gotta finesse it.
Yeah. Yo, you gotta finesse these samples out here. I also have a blog, 7 Ways to Get More Out of Your Audio Loops, written by I Am the Innovator. Shout out to him. But it addresses that same issue about the samples. But don't be out here scared because you got the same samples. Whoever does it the best does it the best. And yeah, if you just laying samples and putting drums on it, then you got a lot to worry about. You might want to change something about it.
It's not the sounds, it's you.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the best way to go get about getting a placement?
We get this question a lot. Network, relationships.
Yeah.
It's all about relationships, though. It's not about a who's looking email list. It's not about any of that stuff. It's just about relationships.
It's like playing cards. Like, if you go to Vegas, you got to know you probably gonna lose money. It's stacked against. It's stacked
Yeah,
for
the
them
house
to
is
win.
gonna win. Yeah.
Music industry is kind of the same way. If you're signed to certain people, it's stacked for you to win above other people. You get what I'm saying?
Thanks.
If you're popular, it's gonna be more stacked for you to win against other people. You know what I'm saying? Metro's gonna kill you every time, even though your beat might be a better beat. He's gonna kill you because he's Metro. He has a name. Mike Will's gonna kill you every time. You know what I mean? Murder beats every time. They're gonna kill you just because their name.
Yeah.
So your task is not only to be a good producer musically, but to have a brand to where people respect you.
There you go.
What do you guys think about learning how to read drum music? Does it help?
Not with me. Not with the type of drumming I do.
Right.
Which is finger drumming. Yeah. It's all feeling.
Bro, I played in band. I did all that for years. I ain't never used a paradiddle. None of, flam. I kind of use it in music, like drawing it, but just knowing what that looks like, it ain't helped me none.
Nah.
It's more about the feeling, and I know when timing is wrong. I know about what this should sound like. You know what I mean?
Right. What's crazy because we're in a culture of music where it's half. Some people know how to play, but a lot of it you can get into it and be successful with having zero music theory. As long as you got an ear, you have taste, and you have a groove, you can get into it. You got your Dillis. Dilla could play a little something too, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to know how to read music for some of this stuff. For a lot of this stuff, actually. Do
you recommend monoing channels and panning to get the best stereo image? I want to stop all the wacky stereo tracks.
Hold on one more time. I wasn't even reading it. I was thinking about our issue.
I would say some stuff should be in mono and some should be wide. But it's like a taste thing. It's not like I've heard situations where everything sounds good in stereo, and it's more about just the phasing and EQing and stuff. And then I've heard stuff where people mono a bunch of stuff up.
It's no like always do this, always do that. It's none of that.
But I will say, make sure, and I used to say it all the time. Make sure you check your stuff in mono, because in a club people don't realize if you hear it in a club, it's probably in mono.
Yeah, and mixing mono is always the advice given here on this show. Mix in mono.
Y'all get the best analogies. Hey man, we try to make it real, man.
Analogy king. That's crazy.
Reason for all the Ableton questions is because I'm truly interested in Ableton 10. We talked about it. It needs to be Ableton. Look, Ableton, we're going to give you this freebie, right? We're going to give you this freebie. So it's Able, you take off the ton, right? And you just put an X, right? That's how you need to brand this. Able 10, man.
However, we want credit.
Yeah, we want credit. You know what I mean?
See, I was thinking Able and then the 1 and the 0.
I'm not mad at that.
And then Triz was like the Able with the X. Either way.
Hey, man, y'all need,
Either way.
Creative Director Sound Oracle and Creative Director Triz La. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? We could have helped Native, but you know. Let me stop. Shout out to Native. Shout out to Native.
How did I know that was coming?
I have a question. I got feedback from Timbaland on my beat, and he told me I need work. I agree, and I got gotta get a sound. Confused. Can you help me break that down?
Dog. I was about to be like, no. Well, the thing, not no, but having your own sound. Like it literally is in the definition of it is in the question. When it means when you play a beat, from the minute you play a beat, people are like, oh, that's a such and such beat. Like, because you're the only person that sounds like that. There's something about it that is like you were talking about the Pharrell joint. If Pharrell does a beat, as soon as it comes on, you're like, oh, it's Pharrell, or it's the Neptunes, or something like that. That is having your own sound. Like, undeniably. You don't have to listen to the song all the way through to be like, oh, I think somebody, such and such did that. Nah, when it comes on, you should be like, yo, that's such and such beat.
I mean, I'm just going to go out on a limb and assume some stuff. If he says you need to work on your sound, I feel like you probably sound like
everybody else.
You probably using that 808 Mafia siren.
God.
You probably doing the same beats that everybody else is doing. Dog, this is Timbaland, the guy who started making original sounding beats. He's known for sounding different.
Yeah, you can't. The thing is, the worst thing you can do is sound like everybody else. If your goal is to sound like everybody else, then stop today. Because there's already everybody else. And everybody else sounds like everybody else. So it's always so refreshing when someone comes up with a new sound. Think about everybody that's ever been big or made like Tim, Dre, whoever. They didn't sound like anybody else.
Right.
Even MCs. You know, rappers, Jay-Z, I don't know, whoever. They didn't sound like anybody else before them. That when you have your own sound, that's how you get longevity. That's how Tim has so much longevity. And it goes back to what I was saying, like when you do something, you don't want everybody to feel like, oh, I could do that. Because Tim wouldn't have had the longevity he had if everybody could just be Tim. You feel me?
Exactly.
So once you get those concepts of having your own sound down and like really mastering it and it constantly evolving, because just because you got it once, there are going to be people that are going to chase you.
Right.
But once they get it, you on to the next thing.
Facts.
So.
Yeah, and you know what it is? You gotta compete with yourself and not other people. If you're listening to songs on the radio, they're probably a year or two old. Yeah. Like I'm telling you, if you guys hear it and it's coming out, most of the time it's 6 months to a year old. Yes. So you're behind. The stuff that's really current, you're not hearing because you're not in that circle. So it's really about just doing your thing, making something that's good, and people will they'll come to you.
Yep.
You just gotta put it out there.
Facts.
My problem is I think I was trying to make Timbaland type beats.
That is the problem.
Yeah, you gotta think, man. That's like you trying to sell the Migos a song that sounds like the Migos.
Don't make, unless you're making type beats to like sell them or market something. Don't make type beats to sell beats to artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need a U type beat.
Facts.
It's already a Tim. It's already a million Tim clones. It's already a whoever and a million of their clones. There are none of you out there.
I think people need to realize that a lot of times it's disrespectful for an artist
here we go.
to go with a producer that sounds like me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's just theoretically these days it's not gonna happen because you don't want to mess up your relationships.
Like, so for instance, what you're saying is like Missy is not gonna get a Timbaland sounding beat from another producer.
Yeah, because that's like weird.
Yeah, it's what, and I got the genuine article right here. I could just
you can make a phone call, like an email. Like,
hey man,
is it hard to clear a sample?
It depends on the sample. It depends on the sample. It depends on the artist, but generally, no, it's not.
Now it can be if you're planning to make money off of it. These days, if you have to clear a sample, you have lost about 80% of your earnings.
First of all, that's a severe overestimate. 80%, no, 33% at the most. Yeah, oh no doubt. 33% at the most is what you're gonna lose. But
I'm talking about as the producer side, not the whole song side, just the producer monies.
Yeah, it's all good though. It's like if you want to build a stadium and it's just you have to hire people to help you build the stadium, and you got to pay them. You know what I mean? That's kind of what the
what's his name? French Montana with that with the song with Sway Lee. They didn't get paid from that song because they gave so much away. Sway Lee wrote the hook. They had to clear the sample.
I've had songs I sampled on and didn't get paid from.
Yeah,
it happens.
You can get it cleared. Now, do you want to make money and get it cleared? That's another conversation.
See, I don't know. I never had those worries. And you know me. You know how I make beats and all that stuff. I don't care about that. And so, like, I see people like, okay, they'll buy a sample pack. And they'll be like, is it royalty free? All my stuff is royalty free as of now. But I'm like, don't really worry about that. Because if you have to clear the sample, that means you landed in a situation where you're going to make some money. Yeah. And you wouldn't have made that money without the sample. You feel me? So, I just think a lot of people worry a lot about that. I look at it like paying for help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have tried this on my own and not have gotten to this point, or I could have enlisted the help of whoever made the song that I sampled or whoever, whatever, and I paid them.
Plus, to worry about clearing a sample, you have to find people that usually do that process for you.
Well, most of the time, if you're doing it with a label, which is, they'll clear the, they do it for you.
They'll hire, they have their own team to find them.
And that's another thing. I don't want people to get it confused. Like, you don't have to clear your own samples. Nah, it's up to whoever the song is going to. They clear the sample.
Jay-Z doesn't clear none of his samples, and he doesn't take responsibility for no production ever.
That is a fact. He does not.
You can never sue Jay-Z for not one song that he did.
He's gonna have
to never take credit.
In place ASAP. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so when it comes to these sample things, like, don't worry about that whole clearance thing, and don't shut yourself off to possible placements by worrying about this one thing. And you could do one or two. That don't mean that you got a sample on every beat that you do. You know what I'm saying? You have some where you have the help or the samples, as I say, and then you have some where there are no samples. But either way, it's not, you don't have to do all either way. Andy's back. The young host is back. He's Millie rocking on any block. Any Donovan McDad on him.
The dad of the year.
The dad of the year.
Beats Maverick says, I have a friend over here that's just jacking beats. He's the go-to guy for tight beats. I'm totally against that.
Yeah, it depends on your goal. But yeah, if you're trying to be, always use Tim as an example. If you're trying to be a Timbaland or something like that, then that is the worst way to go about it, is making beats like other people. Now, if you're into selling type beats or whatever, then go for that. But if you want to establish yourself as a producer and be a legend, don't openly make beats like other people and be like, yo, this is a Metro Boomin type beat.
Right.
No, I don't think people will respect that. And any artist that you go to, like, you try to go to an artist that's popping now and be like, yo, I got some beats, I got this Metro Boomin type beat. They're gonna be like, the hell?
Now, what if you're messing with these indies out here? It's a different story. If you're messing with these indies, say, you're at the studio. I'm the engineer. I got a bunch of beats. I know the kids that's coming in. I know what budget they want. They want to hear some beats. I know what they want to hear. I give it to them. They like it. Why? Because it sounds like that. Now, I may not make it to the pros with it, but I will accomplish my mission.
But see, we're talking about two different types of studios.
Right.
You sound
two different type of artists, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you sound like more of a I'm renting studio time to make my demo type artist.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like like Beyonce type artist.
Oh man, you're going too far up there, man.
Yeah.
Bring it back down to the trap house.
No. We stay up here. We stay up here with it. So if you go to Beyonce and you're like, yo, my name is whatever, I'm a producer, the producer they told you about, here, let me play you this Metro Boomin type beat.
Totally not gonna work. Totally
they gonna look at you like you crazy.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, wait.
Totally not gonna work.
Nah, I keep saying this. Every beat that I've got placed has been a beat that I didn't think that artist would like.
Oh yeah.
Every beat.
And the ones that you like, you still trying to get them all, right?
They never pick them.
Same here,
the ones that I think it is, they never pick those.
Yeah.
The ones that I don't think, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Be the ones.
Always.
Do you have to clear a replayed sample? Yes.
It's called an interpolation.
Mechanics.
Blurred lines. Look at that lawsuit.
Yo, a replayed sample is called an interpolation.
A Classic Man.
Classic Man?
Classic Man and
Replay of what?
no, the Mechanics. DJ Mustard. What's the white girl name? Iggy.
Oh, Fancy.
Oh,
Yeah, Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got his money for that.
Oh, yeah,
Mechanics.
Well, it's like Bodak Yellow.
You seen that song go away? No, totally different.
No, I'm saying like she had to pay what you call it?
She had to pay Kodak.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly how that went off because it was just a hook.
She
literally
she took the whole
okay.
run.
So how did Youngin make it away with doing the Hot Boy?
Yeah, that was
the exact same thing.
But
same way.
Maybe because he was locked up, it didn't matter.
Same way that Drake do it.
Because
Drake is
Cha Cha Hotline Bling was a Cha Cha remix.
Hold on, hear me out on this because this is a great conversation. I'm tired of people saying this, Joe. But I forget who said it the most, but that is not. They are totally different waves, totally two different ideas. It's like one guy went through the tunnel and the other guy went over top of the bridge.
What are you talking about?
Those songs, they just ended up sounding alike.
Hotline Bling and
Cha Cha.
Well, I'm not even talking about samples. At this point, I'm talking about artists writing. Like Drake would take someone's rhyme scheme and their flow and their pattern.
Yeah, but I think he got that from
and even some of the lines. But he does that habitually. It's like 10 songs you can listen to the original and then listen to his joint.
The
Weeknd. His first album. I found all of the samples and I was just floored how he came off with the greatest, was it House of Balloons? Mm-hmm. One of the best CDs I ever heard, but they were all replayed samples.
You know, by the way, me and my brother talk about samples like, that's pretty much all we talk about.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about sampling forever.
Type beats equals online producer talk. Facts.
That is a super fact.
Nice. I mean, I don't think people understand. It's a placement game. It's an online game.
Yeah.
And they're separate. They're not the same.
Yeah. You can't really do both unless you're a Paul Cabin. But even Paul, when he came on the show last week, was like, I was doing both, but I had to step away from one.
I don't think you can really do both for long. I think you can do it. Paul pulled it off. Shoot, Paul was the most successful person I've ever seen.
Best, hands down.
I've never seen nobody more successful than Paul at it.
Yeah.
And it's still like, yeah, that's crazy. It's two separate things.
My man's out there fucking leasing beats like crazy and getting placements.
Shout out to Paul. I know something that I don't even know. I don't think Paul knows. You know what it is. But I'm just excited to talk about it later, but I can't talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't talk about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Shout out to Paul. So, guys, if you haven't, give .theproducerkid.com doing a giveaway. MPK White, the Icy White MPK joint.
Icy White.
The Icy White, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's free to enter. You ain't got to do nothing. Give.theproducerkid.com.
Facts. And what am I doing? What am I promoting this week? Of course, I'm promoting Articulate. It's been doing crazy numbers. Vocal samples. People are singing its praises. No pun intended. So go cop Articulate, and also Been Trapping that me and Triz have put out. It's been about 2 weeks. That's also been going super crazy. And stay on the lookout for more new stuff coming.
Yeah, we might have a new kit with some producers coming out.
Very soon, yeah.
Very soon.
Some notable
producers that kind of killing the billboards. You know what I mean?
Yep. And last but not least, shout out to at Bell City and at the Better Op for winning the Red Akai MPK giveaway that I did last week.
And shout out to the community, man. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through every week,
Love
man.
y'all. Look at them hearts, dog.
Hey, man, we growing, we learning, man. Hey, hope y'all take this. Go make some beats. Go make some fire. Go get a placement.
Be inspired.
Hey, yo, go turn up, man. Go hit somebody. Call somebody. You know what I mean? Do something better, man.